Express is a simple to use Node.js framework which allows you to receive and respond to incoming HTTP requests. Let's check it out and see how it works. How's it going, everyone? I'm Kyland, and here we make programming fun and easy to understand, so if that sounds enjoyable to you, consider smashing the subscribe button, and let's get right into it. So over here I got a blank VS Code window open up, and let's go ahead and create our index.js file. And let's go ahead and we're going to quickly install Express. So we're going to say npm I express, and we'll go ahead and let that install. Now that that's done installing, we'll go ahead and say const express is equal to require express. And we'll say const app is equal to express. Oops, one more S. And we'll say const port is equal to 3000. We're going to listen to on our port, so app.listen on port. And there's our basic Express app setup. So the way Express works is whenever you send a request from a client, it's going to be sent to a backend server. And this backend server is where Express is going to be able to handle that request. And the way that Express handles that request is it opens it up and looks at the route. And it tries to find a route that is defined that matches the requested route. So right here I am requesting the home route resource, and right now we do not have a home route resource defined. So let's go ahead and head over to our Express app and define that home resource route. So back over here on our Express app, if we want to define that home resource route, all we have to do is call app.get, because it is a GET request. And we're going to say slash, and that is our home resource request. All right, and we're going to follow that up with a comma because we have another parameter we need to pass in here. And this is going to be a callback function with the request and the response. And then we're just going to define our callback function here. Now we can go ahead and just say console.log, this is the home route. Just like that. And whenever we receive a request, we need to respond with something. So let's just go ahead and say response.send, say hello there. And if we head back over to our browser window here, and we go ahead and refresh it, we can see that now we are getting a response from the server saying hello there. If we head back over to the code here, we can also see in our console that this is the home route. It was logged to the console here. Now this get right here, this is what's called an HTTP verb. And this is used to define the type of request that we are requesting from the server. So there are many different types of requests, but by default, a GET request is what's going to be used to send a resource back to the client. Now let's take a look at another type of HTTP verb called a POST request. So to define this POST route, all we have to do is call app.post, and we can go ahead and define that on the home route just like the GET request. And we'll go ahead and define it. Whoops. Go ahead and define it just like our GET request. And what this POST request does is whenever you want to post a comment or you want to post a new post on a social media site, whenever you hit that post button, it's going to send a request to the server. It's going to send all that information to the server and say, hey, I want to add this to the database. It's a request to add a new resource. So it's going to send that request to the database. It's going to go through all of its checks, and then whenever it's done, it's going to redirect you to a GET route so that you can be redirected to another page whenever it's done. And that's the standard for just about every type of other request. It's going to go through whatever it needs to go through, and then it's going to redirect you to a GET route. Like I said, the GET route is the default route for receiving a resource from the server. And to do this redirect, all we have to do is call the response.redirect, and pass in the route that we want to redirect to. In this case, we're going to do a slash. So whenever we post something here, it's going to hit this route, it's going to do whatever it needs to, and then it's going to redirect. So this is going to send a GET request to this route to be parsed again, and then it will hit this route right here, and then it will send this information back to the client. So another type of request is called a put request, and this is a request to update a resource, and this works exactly like a post request, except it is used on resources that already exist. So if you wanted to edit a tweet or edit the information in your bio, this is the type of route that would do that. It would update that information. So to define this put route, all we're going to do is we're going to say app.put, and then we're going to pass in our route. Again, that's just going to be slash. We can use that as well. And we're going to pass in our callback function. That's going to be request and response. And then this is going to do whatever it needs to do, and then it's going to redirect, send another GET request to the home route. And this is used to update a resource. Now there's one more type of request, and it's called a delete request. And this is a request to remove a specific resource from a specific data set. So if you want to delete a post or delete your whole Twitter account, this is the type of request that will be sent. So to define our delete route, all we have to do is call app.delete, and we can pass in our route. We can use the same route. We'll pass in our callback function. And this, again, will do what it needs to do, delete it from the database or whatever, and then it will redirect to the home route. And that is the basics of express routing. If you did like the video, make sure you slap a like on it, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.